I promise you. It's the action that you take on things, and that's something that I have really realized as I analyze my behavior. What am I doing? Why am I not, why am I not where I want to be? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. And I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. And I really do feel like in this journey so far, I've done a lot of personal growth and I've also grown a lot with my business as well. But I just can't help but feel like I'm just not where I thought I would be in my business right now. And so I basically took a look at my business, took a look at my actual behaviors with my business and the actions that I take in my business. And I analyzed everything and I've basically come to a conclusion on why I think that is. So I really hope that this video resonates with you. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So really the main reason why I think that I'm just not where I thought I would be in my business right now is definitely the wholesale portion of my business. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, I've been talking about wholesale for so long. And I think that that's the problem, is that I just talk about it, but I wasn't actually doing any actionable steps to get there. Or if I was, it was kind of little bits here and there, but I never just spent a ton of time really trying to ramp up that part of my business and figure out all the things that I needed to do in order to get into more retail shops, because ultimately that is my goal with Memory Box Candle Co. is just to try to expand into different retail stores across the country. And I have to be honest, I regret so much in the beginning because in my first year in business, I had so many people reaching out to me who owned retail shops wanting to purchase my candles wholesale, and I just wasn't ready at the time. I thought that I had to have certain things in place, or I thought that, oh, well, I'm not in business long enough, so I can't do any wholesale. I don't know how to do it, so I'm just going to say I can't right now, or I'm not doing it. And that is a huge regret that I have from the beginning of my business, is not accepting the wholesale orders that I had been reached out to in the very beginning. And I feel like, again, I'd be a lot farther along, and I'd be a lot farther along if I just got out of my head and out of my introverted self and out of my anxiety and out of my comfort zone and really put myself out there. I feel like putting myself out there has been the biggest struggle with my business. And I know that I'm on YouTube, but it's so different sitting here in front of a camera and making videos for Instagram, Reels, and TikToks and all that kind of stuff than it is to physically be face to face with a potential customer, a B2B business customer at a retail shop and putting yourself out there. It's just something that I have to get over, and I know that the more I do it, the more that I'm going to get better at it, and the anxiety is going to reduce from that, and I'm going to get so much more business by doing that. And I also think that my ideas of what I want to do with my business sometimes are so all over the place, and I have so many different ideas that I end up just working like 10 to 15% of my effort on each idea instead of going 100% into one idea and then really mastering that and getting into it. And that's definitely been a struggle for me as well. So basically, I just feel like I do a lot of talk, and I really, really dislike saying I'm going to do something and not following through with it. I can't stand that, and sometimes that happens with business, and sometimes that happens with the rush of motivation to do something for a day, and then in the next following days I'm like, yeah, I did talk about doing that, but I'm really just kind of focused on XYZ instead. You know, you get that rush from that idea and these rush of endorphins that make you work on it. But to continue that motivation, to continue that discipline to keep working on it and follow through with it and really take action on it, that is what's going to be the difference between me growing in my business and me not growing in my business. So I've really just been kind of analyzing myself, my behaviors, my actions that I've been taking, and realizing that although I have all of these ideas and all of these things that I want to do, I really spread myself too thin to where I'm not able to work as hard on the specific goals that I'm looking to achieve. And I get distracted on other things, other ideas that come up, other things that I want to do, because there's so many things that I'm doing. So I have my YouTube channel, which essentially replaced my full-time job. So you can kind of think of YouTube as like my full-time job, kind of. So I have my YouTube channel, I have my Etsy shop for digital downloads that I sell templates for candle business owners. I love doing that, so much fun. And then of course I also have my candle business, which is like the heart and soul of my whole life. And I think that because I kind of spread myself thin throughout all these other different things, that I kind of don't have the time to work on the things that I want to in order to grow my business. But I also think that that's a huge excuse. I feel like I tell myself, I just don't have the time to do that, or I'm doing all these different things. And it's more about the organization and taking action and following through and using the time that you do have. So what I am doing now, and you can hold me to this because I'm very much working towards this and spending a lot of money to do it. But I'm having my attorney write me up a contract, a wholesale contract for wholesale clients. So that is something that I have been waiting on. I'm going to get that from him tomorrow and go over the contract and all that kind of stuff. He's also going to give me more advice on the website portion of wholesale and what I have to have on there. So I really, in the past couple weeks, have been making a lot more actionable steps towards that. And then from there, it's just going to be me just being able to go out there, walk into places, and try to sell my candles to them, try to get my candles in there, and being okay with being told no, or being okay with that awkward situation. And again, the more I do it, the more that I know it's going to not be as bad and not be as kind of anxiety inducing. I also spent some money to increase, or not increase, but just update my vendor event setup. So I've spent, again, a good amount of money on the setup, hoping to increase sales at the upcoming vendor event markets. So I know that I am doing things to increase in my business, and I know I am growing, but sometimes when I look at it and I'm like, man, I thought I'd be in like at least 5 or 10 stores by now, or that was the goal that I had, and I thought that I'd be making this much, or I just always want to keep growing and always want to keep advancing. And I know that that starts with me. And I think that if you're thinking that this is kind of something similar to you as well, that those actions that you're going to take are going to make a huge difference, way more of a difference than any idea that you could ever have. So if you have an it's okay idea, but if you make actionable steps and really work towards it, you're going to be so much more successful than somebody else who has these amazing ideas, but takes maybe 10% action on it. I promise you, it's the action that you take on things. And that's something that I have really realized as I analyze my behavior. What am I doing? Why am I not where I want to be? And there are so many things that I'm not doing that could get me to where I want to go, but I'm not there because I haven't taken the actionable steps in order to get to that goal. And again, I know everything is so relative, and it's really just based on everybody's own individual perspective, because I'm sure there's so many people that would look at my business and be like, wow, you're way farther than I am. And then somebody else that's been in business for 5 years is looking at somebody else who's been in business for 20 years. And they're like, wow, they're way more ahead. They have, 10 brick and mortar stores now. And I only have, my online shop and just about to open my first brick and mortar. So it's all about relativity, perspective, all that kind of stuff. So I always have to keep that in mind. But I'm not really trying as much to look at other businesses, because I don't recommend that. I don't recommend to look at somebody else and be like, wow, there's so much more ahead, and look at them, and they've been in magazines, and they've, been in subscription boxes, and they're in X amount of retail shops and all this kind of stuff. It's easy to do that, but I'm just trying to focus more on analyzing myself, my own behavior, and what I personally can do to change that, because I'm the only person who can make a difference in my business. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end today's video right here. I really hope this video resonated with you watching, and I hope that this helped you really take a different perspective on the matter. And I hope that you take a lot of action in your business to be able to reach your goals. Please leave a comment down below letting me know what actions you're gonna take to reach the goal that you are wanting to get in your candle business. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at Memorybox Candle Co. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. But with that, I think I'm gonna end today's video right here. Thank you so much for listening to me chat about this topic. I really hope that it resonated with you as well. If it did, please leave a comment down in the description box below. Nope, not the description box.